background. That's a double recording going on. It's great to be here again with you this week. I hope you've all had a fantastic week, and I've had some messages from a few people saying they can't make it tonight because they're on holiday. What a fantastic time of year to go on holiday and leave all that cold and wind and frost behind. So slightly smaller group tonight, but that's fine. That's absolutely okay. So tonight we're going to be basically building on what we've been doing over the last few weeks. We're now on week 4, which I just find absolutely amazing. I can't believe where the weeks have gone. They just seem to be flying in. So we're now halfway through the 8-week class. So I thought it would be a good point at which for us to start working on maybe some specific things. So if you got my email, you'll notice that I'd mentioned in my email that one of the things that we could work on this week would be about beliefs that are holding us back in some way. So that's what we're going to focus on, and we'll make that the intention for tonight. One of the great things about generative trance is when we go into a trance state and open up at this generative level, we don't need to have all the answers. So when it comes to working with things like limiting beliefs, we can simply take that old belief or old thought that we have about ourselves into that space and allow it to just simply be there and be present. And by doing that, we can then encourage a transformation of that into something different. But we can also have the opportunity to look at what might be the positive intention behind that belief, because all the beliefs that we hold about ourselves, both positive and negative, always have a positive intention. There's always a reason for us holding on to that thing. Maybe it's something that we set up in childhood which worked really well for us in childhood, and the positive intention was to protect ourselves or whatever it might be. However, as we grow and become adults, then that old belief no longer serves us in the same way, yet it's still operating at that deep level, and it's still bringing in this positive intention, which as adults, we can't operate in the same way as we did as children. As children, we create coping mechanisms. As adults, we need to create a way in which that we can thrive and move forward. So tonight is very much about taking that belief and taking it into trance and looking at different ways that we can move beyond that and create some new belief about ourselves. And there's many different kinds of limiting beliefs, and often what people find is that once they break through that belief that's holding them back, whatever it may be, they find that they can start to move forward and make changes in their life. Maybe they're feeling stuck in a particular area and have no idea what that might be. For example, you could be constantly getting caught up in the trap of believing that you're never going to earn enough money or you aren't going to be successful. And it could well be that somewhere underneath those thoughts or those things that are going on in your life is an old belief that's running. Maybe an old belief that you're not worthy or deserving or you're not good enough. And once you begin to clear that, then you can open up the space for all this wonderful stuff to begin to come in. So tonight we're really going to go straight into trance and straight into the generative trance, because I really want to take the time with you tonight to work through that experience. But before we do, if there's any questions that you'd like to ask now, then feel free to post some questions up on the Q&A and I'll have a little look. It's been interesting to hear feedback again this week on how everyone's doing and their experiences. And for some people, they're saying that they're not really feeling as that anything specific has changed, but they're just feeling a nice kind of calmness in themselves. Lauren mentioned that and Lauren, I hope you don't mind me mentioning your name, I'm sure it'll be fine. Lauren mentioned that this week she had a sense of just being at home in her own body, and she hasn't had that feeling for a long time. And that's wonderful, because that says to me that the way in which you're working, Lauren, in trance, you're able to centre and align in yourself, and I think that's a really good description of how it can feel when you find that place. It is kind of like coming home. You know, you're coming home into yourself and accepting all aspects of your being and bringing them into the light. And after all, that's what generative trance is about. It's about understanding and realising that there is no right or wrong, and there's many aspects and much more, more than we can ever imagine at this conscious level. And there's no words sometimes to put on what that experience is, and the experience itself is basically beyond words. It's what's beyond the words that counts, and sometimes that only comes with just a knowing or a certainty within ourselves. And yeah, it can feel just like coming home. So that was a really nice bit of feedback. So let me just check here and see if there's any questions coming in. Oh, I've not got any questions, but I have a little bit of feedback, and oh, that's fantastic. Louise has just said that she's been using the generative trance every morning, and what she's been doing is centering and aligning, and she's been applying for new jobs and she hasn't got anywhere. But this week she's been offered a new job and she's really chuffed about that, and she believes it's because she's calmer in herself and more connected to who she is, because when she went for the interview she was far more confident and far more sure of herself during that process, and she really feels the generative trance has made a massive impact on that. Well, that's fantastic. I'm really glad you shared that, because, you know, the fact that it is generative, it does tap out into all different areas of our life. You know, I use the metaphor of dropping a pebble in the pond, and it is quite literally like dropping a pebble in the pond. The ripple effect just goes on, and soon what you will find is that as this is having a positive effect on you, it will spill out into other areas of your life, including relationships, whether they're close, intimate relationships or even just working relationships. It will start to have that positive effect out across everything, which is absolutely fantastic. Okay, and see if there's anything else. And nothing else, and I'm going to just check I've no messages coming in from Facebook. Nope, that's fantastic. Wow, we're all quiet this evening. All our chatty ones must be on holiday. Okay, super. Oh, and just to let you know, I am doing another online class on something different. on the 12th of December. So I will drop you all a message and let you know the details. That one's a free class, and it's on manifesting and abundance. So some of the things, um, we've covered in Generative Trance, I take into this manifesting abundance workshop. So it's an hour, and as I say, it will be on the 12th of December, and it's completely free, but I'll send you out some details. Now, I have one more message. I'm just going to quickly respond to that, and whilst I'm doing that, you can just take some time to settle into yourself and maybe think about that belief again that you want to work on. Just allow it to come into your mind. Excellent. That's fantastic. Super. And I will be 2 seconds. Excellent. Okay. So, whenever you're ready, just allow yourself to take a nice deep breath in, settling in and settling down. Excellent. Taking all the time that you need. And as always, we'll begin to focus in on our breath, taking nice, gentle breaths in and out. And there's no need to force this. Your breath knows its own natural rhythm. So just allow yourself to experience that rhythm. Really experience it. Excellent. Fantastic. Breathing in and breathing out. Relaxing. Wonderful. Taking all the time that you need. And then whenever you're ready, I'd just like to invite you to become aware of that spot at the top of your head. Simply become aware of it. And as you become aware of it, you can imagine a pebble or whatever you want hovering gently at the top of your head. Whatever it may be, just begin to imagine it there. That symbol, whether it's a pebble or anything else that comes to mind. And as you imagine that there now in your mind's eye, bring your awareness to an intention you can set for yourself tonight. Whatever that intention might be, what is it that you would like to achieve? What is it that you would like to experience? at this moment now, in this time, and in this place, being very mindful of staying completely present. And once you've set your intention, against your symbol, use your own awareness now to focus that intention on your symbol, your pebble, and really get a sense of it. Really get a sense of that pebble containing your intention, your desire, that thing you'd like to achieve right now, at this time. And gently focus in again on your breath, breathing evenly and gently in and out, maybe noticing the rise and fall of your chest, as your intention hovers gently there at the crown of your head. And you can begin to feel yourself settling in and settling down. In whatever way is right for you. Excuse me. That's right. Really allow yourself now to settle in and settle down, becoming aware now of that spot, the very top of your head. And you can call it your crown chakra if you wish. Just imagine that spot now opening up as your head begins to relax and all the tiny muscles, the top of your head, in and around your hair follicles, begin to soften, relax and settle down. You can begin now to use your own way of moving that pebble, moving that intention down towards that space, your crown, and allowing it to simply drop in, dropping in and all the way down. All the way down it goes. All the way down into the very centre of your cognitive mind, your thinking mind. Simply notice it, settling in and settling down. And maybe you can take your awareness into the very depths of this mind. You can imagine your mind in many, many different ways. and be curious as to how this intention will settle in that thinking mind, how it will connect with all the neural pathways and all the neural networks that are already there. And where will it center for you? And you can feel it, or see it, or even hear it in any way you wish. And you will begin to notice when it finds its center, that spot where it simply rests, your intention resting gently and softly, and there's nothing to do in the body except relax now, and there's nothing to cling to in the mind. A thought is simply a thought. Let them float wherever they will, because they will float on by. And feel that relaxation now, simply spreading out through your entire body, spreading all the way out, like ink dropping onto blotting paper. Notice how it spreads down through your face, down through your neck and shoulders. That wonderful feeling, that wonderful sensation of relaxation. And maybe you can begin to notice now all the different places that wonderful feeling is moving towards dissolving tension, easing and softening, softening and flowing. That wonderful relaxation as your intention settles in and settles down even more now into the very centre of your thinking mind, your cognitive mind, that conscious mind that works so very hard day in and day out. And as you become aware of it now, settling where it needs to settle, you can become aware of the base of your neck, and you can begin to imagine now how your spine travels from the very base of your neck all the way down, all the way down to your tailbone. And as you imagine this, or sense it or feel it, you can also begin now to imagine, just as you've done many times before, how your spine is hollow inside, just like that straw, And you can take your breath now and begin to imagine breathing in and down and out through your spine, all the way in and down and out. And as you do, become aware of all the tiny vertebrae running up and down the very length of your spine, up and down each side, and all the connections contained within your spine, where all the information is transmitted to all the different parts of your body. Maybe notice if there are any of your tiny vertebrae out of alignment, or feel as if they need readjusted or tweaked. And you can take this time now to breathe in and down and out and focus your awareness on your breath. And as you focus your awareness on your breath, allow that breath to gently align and adjust any or all of your tiny vertebrae, making whatever adjustments you see or feel it needs to make. And as you do this now, become aware of your intention. And as you become aware of your intention, allow it to drop into that space again. That space at the top of your spine, that hollow. And simply let it drop in and down. All the way down it goes. Down deep into the very center of your body, your somatic body. And you'll know when it's met the center. There's no right or wrong here. Maybe it's your center is higher or lower. You'll know when it's reached that point. Gently allow it to reach that point now. As you now can center and align the conscious and the unconscious mind, your thinking mind, your somatic body, aligning and centering in balance and in harmony with one another, joining and connecting in a new way and in a different way. And maybe this experience for you will be the same or different as before. It doesn't matter. Experience whatever it is for you right now as you center and align within yourself in the deepest of your own inner being, your intention, what it is that you'd so like to achieve, that you desire now. And as you sit there, I'd like to invite you now to bring into your awareness, if you haven't already done so, a belief or a thing or a pattern that you feel is holding you back, that's keeping you stuck. Or a belief that you simply no longer want to have about yourself. And as you do this, and leaving your intention in your centre for now, I'd like you to place that belief in your left hand. Simply see in your mind's eye, or sense, or hear or feel that belief being held in your left hand. Maybe an image will come that's symbolic of that belief. Or maybe it'll just be a sense, a knowing. But as you hold it there in your left hand, you can hold it gently and easily. And you can take the time now to review that belief, to understand it from a different perspective, from a perspective of being centered and aligned within the deepest part of your being, with a new wisdom. So as you observe it, notice what you notice about that belief. Maybe where it came from, or how long you've held it. Take a look, get a sense of what that belief is. And really take this time to get to know it in a different way, as a part of you that you once held. And then once you're satisfied that you've seen or felt or heard all that you need to, I'd like to invite you to ask your own inner mind, your deepest consciousness, to simply ask yourself, what was the positive intention behind that belief? How did it serve me? What did it give me that I once needed? And whatever comes into your awareness, whether it's a thought or a feeling or a symbol again, take the time to direct that into your other hand, into your right hand, that positive intention that it held for you. And as you observe that positive intention, take the time now to understand what that positive intention has meant for you, how it helped you, and how it served you. And holding both these parts in your hand, gently and easily, with compassion and love, bring your awareness now back to your intention, your desire, and simply notice if these things are helping you to fulfill that intention. Just become aware of the dynamic relationship between all these parts. Your belief, the positive intention, that thing that you desire now. All three. Become aware of them. Observe them from a different perspective. That old belief, those positive intentions, and that thing that you want to achieve now. The relationship of the three. And as you become aware of all these parts and their many different ways, but also notice their similarities, notice their connectedness, and open up now to a different awareness. Open out to that quantum field of infinite possibilities. And holding these three parts, take a step out. See yourself and feel yourself and hear yourself stepping out into a quantum field of resources with all three parts, stepping out into those infinite possibilities, different reality in a different time. And as you step out into that quantum field, where the stars sparkle and the black sky and the moon shines down, invite in new resources. Invite anything in that you desire to come into your life now. Notice that dynamic relationship, the connectedness of all three parts, dancing in harmony together. the energy pool between the three, as the three walk in this field, in this quantum field of infinite possibilities and expanded realities. Notice the shift and change in pattern and how the energy can transform one another, transforming all three into a new way of being and a new way of doing. And you can step even further now and welcome in any guides, any sponsors. Welcome in all knowledge from that collective field. Knowledge from the past. Knowledge that's held deep in your own DNA. Knowledge from the future. Sense it and feel it. And invite one special guide to come into your field now. And as that guide comes into your field now, and the stars twinkle, and the moon shines, and you feel yourself now floating further and further into this infinite field, this quantum field, that all that exists is you and this connection that sparks and transmutes energies to all beings and all things. And you sense all these parts. You know all these parts as your guide steps forward. Offer up to them these three parts, that old belief you carried, that positive intention that it held, and that thing that you so desire right now. Offer it up to your guide, and in return, notice the gift that comes back. Maybe a new belief, maybe a new positive intention, or maybe simply you can find a way to keep that positive intention, yet at the same time letting go of that old belief and bringing in a new one that fulfills that same positive intention. Simply be aware of what's dancing in that quantum field, what energy is flowing and resonating for you. And you can do many, many things in this reality and in that reality, in any reality you find yourself in. You can transform all parts of your being at a generative level. As you drop that pebble in to this quantum field, you can begin to notice now the ripple effect travelling through your entire being out into many, many aspects of your life. And maybe you can begin to see that now, hear it or sense it, how that looks, how that feels. Now in this new place, with this new belief and this intention, step into it, sense it and feel it, and experience all that energy in this quantum field, connecting you to all the positive intentions of the entire planet, the entire universe. Feel all of that wonderful energy coming in and transforming that for you at the deepest generative level. And take a moment now to simply float in this place, suspended in time, wrapped up in the warmth of the collective consciousness, connected at the deepest of cellular levels, transforming, rearranging. All is good. All is new and born again. And all can be changed and transformed. And notice how that transformation begins to occur from the inside out, and how your own connection changes in the most magical way. And with each transformation, know that the stars in the sky sparkle brighter. And you can move forward, making new choices on different paths, closing the gate behind and taking a new direction in this quantum field of infinite possibilities and much, much more. That's right. Really take the time to explore this timeless place. And in this space, a minute becomes an hour, and an hour becomes a day, and a day becomes a week, and a week becomes a month. And with each minute and each day and each hour, transforming one after the other, forming in this timeless, seamless place. Maybe you can now begin to feel that resonating at the deepest level and spreading out spreading out through your entire body, just like that ink on blotting paper. One tiny drop begins to spread throughout your entire being, transforming and changing, just like a butterfly coming out of its cocoon, transforming and changing into something beautiful, something amazing, something beyond words. That's right. Excellent. I'd like you now to simply look at your guide, your sponsor, whatever or whoever that might have been, and give thanks for the gift they've given you. Acknowledge that gift. Give thanks in your own way. Thank you. Grazie. Namaste. And as you draw that gift in, allowing all other parts of you to reconnect in whatever way feels right. Maybe they'll simply dissolve to create a space for new growth, for new ways of being. So you can allow that now. And as you allow that, draw this gift deep into your heart, all the way in with loving intention. Draw it all the way in, close. And make a silent vow or commitment to yourself. I promise that from today, this is a commitment that you can make to yourself. And you can make that commitment now. Drawing all parts and creating and dissolving the dance of life. Yourself centered and aligned. Your own balance and your own connection. Your own yin and yang. Centered and aligned in this space, in this time, in this reality, and in this now. That's right. Excellent. Now, I am going to begin to bring you back to full conscious alertness. But before I do, I'd like to invite you one last time to let that ink drop on that blotting paper with all those new wonderful resources, and let them transform even more than a moment before, intensifying your experience, that wonderful experience at the deepest of levels, and feel it spreading all the way through your entire being, that wonderful feeling good and vibrant and ready to step forward. Now, feel it spreading through your entire body, all the way from the very top of your head to the tips of your toes, and feel it tingling all the way the edges of your skin. That's right. Excellent. So just take a nice deep breath in now, and breathing all the way out, and beginning to come back, bringing your awareness all the way back up, and I'm just going to count back from 5, and you can wake up at your own rate and speed. And to help you do so, I'm going to count back from 5. So 5, become aware of your body. 4, wiggle your toes. 3, wiggle your fingers. 2, take another deep breath in and out again. And 1, just simply open your eyes and have a nice stretch. Excellent. Well done. So I'm just going to give you a moment to gather your thoughts. Brilliant. Well, that was a lovely trance. And as I say all the time, I never script these. They're all done very intuitively. I have a sense of what we're going to be covering in terms of using the Generative Trance setup of alignment, but I just go with the flow. So that was really, really lovely, and some lovely energy. So as with every week, just kind of take it easy, notice what comes up or what doesn't come up, more importantly, and allow yourself to just settle in and enjoy your week. I will be putting up another recording, again, as I've been doing every week. You'll get it on YouTube, so I'll pop that up over the next couple of days. And yep, just a reminder about the free seminar on the 12th of December. You might want to take a wee note of that and pop it in your diary. And if you need anything or would like to share your experiences, remember you can email me anytime. My email is avgill, that's AVGILL 2008 at hotmail.co.uk, or you can drop me a message via text or voicemail, or even call me on 07701 096 006. Feel free to drop a message anytime. And I'm on Facebook at Newlands Personal Development, so you'll get me there. Just head over to my website and you'll be able to connect into the little Facebook link. And once I get myself a bit organised and a bit more up to speed with technology, I will get details up on YouTube and things, so you can access it easily enough. Okay, well everyone, thank you very much. Before I go, I'm going to just sit here for a few moments and see if there's any questions that come in. and I will answer the questions directly. But in the meantime, thanks for joining tonight. It's been wonderful as always, and I look forward to connecting with you in the quantum field next week. Have a fantastic week, everyone, and I shall speak to you all very soon. Good night.